Hey guys, Furum here, and today I am going to be showing you 3 obscure multiplayer cars for Asphalt 8. Now these are cars that are quite good for multiplayer, but hardly anybody uses them, or at least hardly anyone uses them anymore. The first 2 are Range Rover alternatives, and the third is a cool, higher mid-rank car. So the first car here is the Camaro Z28. Tuned around 900 like mine, it can compete against the Range Rovers at that rank. So this is my tuning, 0500, and in Pro Kits, I have put 1 on tires, and I have put 3 on drivetrain. This allows you to get a speed of just over 180 without tuning kit, and just over 190 with. So let's do a race, and see how it goes. Alright, so we're here on Tenerife, and the Camaro does not have too great of acceleration. One thing is hampered by its poor nitro efficiency, which is really one of its only downsides. It handles pretty well, but a nitro starter is recommended on this car because of its not very good nitro efficiency. But, as you can see in this race, a lot of the time you'll do just fine without it. Now, not many people run boosters at this rank, but it's probably still a good idea, just in case. So, as you can see here, this car drifts around these corners very well. A lot better than its Camaro SS alternative. Do you guys remember the video I made about that? Its handling was terrible. Oh yes, and I made the Z28 purple, like I do all my cars that I can make purple because I have a weird obsession with purple cars. And I put a cool decal on it that I got, which is a lightning stripe on the side. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have it. You can also put it on the servo, and yeah, you can see here that the car does not have that great of nitro efficiency. So extra tanks would be useful in this car as well, if you have enough of them, but it's not completely necessary because you can see up top, it's plenty fast for its rank, 180, and with tuning kit, as I said before, it's 190. So here, this is a hard to do barrel roll. Most cars go far to the right and you can't even do it, and this one is the one a lot more people do. Interesting bit of information. Tenerife is the only track in Asphalt 8 where the sky actually changes color depending on where in the map you are. In the mountains, in the desert, and near the beach, I think, or near the ocean, it's different colors. Now here, on one of the other Tenerife tracks, it's faster to go left into the cave, if you can manage it. That's the thing. A lot of people cannot navigate the cave where you can go up on the sides to the left there properly, and I've just recently learned how to do it. So here, more flat spinning to get more DAT nitro. Now this is where extra tanks would be really nice, because you could fill up a bunch. Yes, when you have extra tanks, it is a good idea a lot of time to go off flat spins or barrel rolls and try to get as much as possible. To have more for any part of the track that does not have too much nitro on it, which would be extremely beneficial in this car. The Z28 is a car that can be obtained for 300 licenses through Mastery. It is the first car you will get for doing Mastery, and not many people get it. And also, not many people multiplayer tune it of those that do get it, which is one reason why it is very obscure and not very seen very often. Oh, and something funny, that new SLK Special Edition that was added, the one that starts up really slow and handles really badly, going up a hill, it decelerates without nitro. That's how slow its acceleration is. Oh, and guys, don't you just hate it when you go off a barrel roll too low and it lands you on your top? It's happened to just about everybody. Some of the most annoying of circumstances, but thankfully I'm far enough ahead that it is not a deal. And I did not go up that barrel roll because I did not want it to happen again. So, coming up pretty close to the finish line here, it is just around the corner to the left. Oh, and I like running unboosted in a lot of the videos I make in Asphalt 8 multiplayer because I know that not everyone likes to run boosters, and I just like showing some of the cars that do well even without them, which a lot of people don't show. They only show the ones that only do well when running stuff. So, here we are, finishing, and let's see who we got up against. The second car is the Datsun 280Z, which is actually another Mastery car available for 650 licenses. And I got to champion last season as well. So let's move on to the second car, which is also around this rank. It is the Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe. Now this car costs 1,100 tokens and is elite. Now those two put together probably make it obscure. I've only seen 1 or 2 other ones in my multiplayer. So this is my tuning. So what I've done here is, so I've done 2 on top speed. I have tuned up a lot of, in Pro, of tires and drivetrain to get more acceleration handling, and then I have tuned down the Elite to 900, or almost 900 rank, because I did not like it at a higher rank. It faced a bunch of stuff that it could not deal with, but here it is very good, as you will see. So let's go into multiplayer and see how it does. So here we are in Rio de Janeiro. Now this car's acceleration is not very good, so I put on a nitro starter, and you will see, even with a nitro starter, it only starts up about as fast as all these other cars here, which are not very good. Yeah, that's why a nitro starter is very needed. Now, this car is almost the exact same rank, and it goes like 1 or 2 miles per hour faster. So this and the Z28 are very close. This has a disadvantage in its slower acceleration. Z28 has a disadvantage in its not very good nitro efficiency. But generally, they're both very close. They're almost the same speed as the Range Rover at this range. In case you mistuned it, like a lot of people have, and I have done as well. So here, you saw that thing when I was doing, I call it wagging. It's also called snaking and wiggle drifting and micro drifting by a lot of people. It has a bunch of names, but basically it's to regain nitro when there's no nitro bottles or anything. Here you go under these to get more City Havocs, to get more nitro. You get 20 there. It's a great way to refill your nitro as well on this track. And your nitro will pretty much stay the same under there if you're in a good nitro efficiency car like this one is. Yes, I made it purple. You guys probably have come to expect this by now. Oh, and I made my M2 purple as well. It wasn't before. So here, it is better to go right and not left. It is a little bit more risky to go this way than left in faster cars because you might hit something in the middle there. But still, if you can get it down, it's pretty good. So here we are on lap 2. It is faster to make it around this corner and not go on the beach. And it's this way I see a lot of people do. I'm not sure if it's faster or not than going all the way to the left. Not sure. But it's very hard to get into, and you should not do a flat spin right before it. It might wreck you. And also that one, do not do a flat spin. Because what will most likely happen is you'll do it 1.5 times, and you'll hit the side and be turned around, and everybody will fly past you. Yes, I have seen it happen. It's funny, you can see the drift marks from where I previously drifted. Oh, I did get the MP48, and I am trying to get the Homage. I'm almost done with the R&D for that. So I might make a video about those two soon, but we will see. And on the second lap here, you go down the left side if you went down the right side at first, and somebody just left. People do that a lot when somebody gets really far ahead and they know they have no chance of winning. Also, it's a good idea to leave if you're coming in last, especially, but 4th and below, because you will lose a maximum of 10 points if you bail or leave a race, and a lot of times it's just 2. So, yes, if you're going to come in last, better not to finish and to just leave. Okay, so we're coming to the finish here. And let's see what we beat. Now, a good thing about this rank, just under 900, is you'll come against a lot of the lower and upper 800 people, which are lower than you a lot of the time, which makes it easier races. Now, this car can get up to 190 as well with a tuning kit, maybe just slightly faster than the Z28. So let's move on to our third car, which is the Lamborghini Estoque, and I like to call it the limo. Now this car used to be used quite a bit, but it's not quite used so often nowadays because it has been replaced by faster cars, but it's still a decent alternative. So one thing I really like about it, if you look at its stats, you can tell it goes 300 miles per hour with the tuning kit. Sorry, it's fake speed. It doesn't actually go that fast. So I have 0502 and 5050. That is an easy way to tell tuning to people. Let's see how this does in multiplayer. So we are on the Patagonia track. It is the river fort, and there's a Camaro here. Okay, so let's see how this does. The other Patagonia tracks were added pretty recently to multiplayer as well. So you can see this thing speeds up better than the GLC Coupe. Almost anything does, except maybe not the Camaro. But it speeds up okay. And here I go off this barrel roll low, and it will spin me fast, and I'll regain a bunch of nitro. This car also has quite good handling and drifting abilities. Not the best, but still quite good. Enough to make it around that turn okay. So, you can see it goes 300 miles per hour. Look up top. Sometimes it switches to 299, but mostly it's 300. So, in here, this is the safest route to go through here. Pick up that nitro and maybe the other one if you can get it right. Here, it's better to go left. Unless you're running out of nitro, then you flat spin to the right there. This track, the River Ford in particular, is very popular in multiplayer, as I guess you could tell from my top 3 high-ranked multiplayer cars video. So here, you knock down light poles to regain some nitro, try to get over to this one, and then here, it is best to go left rather than right. A lot of people go right, but left is slightly faster, and it could mean the difference in a really close race. Now, I like to call this my 300 miles per hour limo, even though it doesn't really go this fast. It actually probably is going between 270 and 275, which is still pretty good for this rank. If you're not in need of nitro, it is probably best just to fall off and not go up the barrel roll, because I do think the barrel roll slows you down a little bit, because it makes you stay in the air longer than you would otherwise, but I don't know about that one. Now, I could not make this car purple, I just made it black. One reason is because a lot of limos are black, and this car just really looks like a limousine to me. It's a 4-door Lamborghini, which is unusual, and it is just very long compared to a lot of other cars, although I think the Homage and MP425 are probably longer. So here we go to the left and not straight. Even though the straight may look like it's faster, it's actually not. I like to give tips on how to play the tracks in my multiplayer videos as well, just in case somebody who is new to the game is watching these. I like to give them help as well, not just the multiplayer cars, but tips on how to do the tracks the best. But okay, so we're coming up to the finish line, and let's see what we beat. The Camaro was not boosted, but he was a 1450, which technically is still faster than me, but he could not take the corners as well as me. The 1450 Chevrolet Camaro is actually the lowest ranked car to really reach 300 miles per hour. So, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed and would like me to do more Asphalt 8 videos, and I will see you later. Goodbye.